Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today at the St. Paul YMCA downtown office, where we're going to do some presentations today because of a great rescue effort between some staff of the YMCA, some bystanders and members of the YMCA that were here, and all teamed up to do a life-saving intervention on a patient that had some cardiac problems last year. I'm Fire Chief Tim Butler, and welcome you all here today. The cardiac survival rate in St. Paul is about 4 times the national average. If you're going to have a heart attack in the country, you want to have it here in St. Paul. The reason for that is what we're going to celebrate really here today. There's a whole team of people that are important and critical to saving lives when somebody has an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest. Great bystanders that can take immediate action to start CPR and to summon help via 911. People who have been trained by organizations like the YMCA to come and apply an automatic external defibrillator and quote-unquote jumpstart the heart. Then the trained paramedics from St. Paul Fire and the cardiac patients or the cardiac staff at the hospitals, all of these people come together in a chain of survival. One of those links is missing. We have a real hard time saving people in the street. This is a good news story because we have with us today Mr. Stephen Schmidt, and Mr. Schmidt was the victim of a cardiac arrest here at the Y, and we're going to tell the story about how the rescuers came together. So back on October 30th, 2013, Stephen's playing racquetball. Was it racquetball?
Handball.
Handball. And by the way, he's playing that again later today, so it's a great thing. But some of the other members of the YMCA saw the problem, and they responded. They brought staff from the YMCA, so I'm going to introduce those players. Stephen Schmitz to my left here. Then we have Mr. Kendrick Livers, Tom Pearson, Scott St. Martin, Laura Knoll, Charles Woolery, and Mary Britt from the YMCA executive staff. She'll be speaking too. So I'm going to ask Stephen to describe kind of what happened, and then I'm going to ask Kendrick to come in and fill in what the response was like. And then at the end we have some official awards for the rescuers. So Steve, if you want to start.
Well, it started on my 60th birthday, and I had a vigorous game of handball with my friend Tom here. And I walked off the court, and we had another gentleman was going to join us. And I knocked on the other door of the court, and I just turned around and blacked out. And the next thing I knew, I woke up and I was surrounded by paramedics. That's was simple as that.
And you're fully recovered today?
Yes.
You're back in business? You're
Yes.
playing again today?
I don't need a defibrillator, thank God. And yeah, I'm back playing handball and racquetball. So it felt great. I never had any symptoms. I just blacked out. No symptoms whatsoever.
That morning we were downstairs, myself, Laura Knoll, and Charles Woolery. Another member by the name of Deb ran down. She couldn't speak. She just started pointing at the AED. Charles Woolery grabbed the AED. I took off running upstairs. Probably haven't moved that fast in a while. You know, and when I got up, got the faces kind of mixed up, but I guess Tom here had started compressions, you know, and then I came down, started compressions on you. Scott helped out. We put the AED on him, shocked him when the machine gave us the okay to shock him. Big gas, you know, and started the compressions again, and then as he said, you know, as Steve said, he came through, and we were there, me and Scott, telling him, you know, you just had a heart attack, you're in full arrest. And as soon as we were telling him that, the paramedics were coming, and then they took over. That's about the gist. It was pretty blurry, you know, for me, because I've never been involved in a situation like that, but later on found out it was your birthday. And so that kind of made me feel good, along with everyone else, that we were able to help you see another one.
I guess I was just saying it's a team effort. Everyone worked together, and in these circumstances, everyone tends to be a little bit nervous. but you kind of calm each other down, and it worked out well. We all did our own thing, and the staff went and brought the paramedics up to the scene, and it just was one of those things that worked out really well with everybody there. And like I say, it takes a team to do this, and it worked out well. And we're here today to celebrate, although I didn't get any cake that day, so I don't know. But it was great working with the Y, and I've been a member at the Y for quite a few years, and that's, I don't know, I'm proud to be part of the Y family also, because they're supportive of this and the community, so thanks.
My name is Tom Pearson. I'm a member of the Y, and I've been a friend of Steve's for many years. We were playing that morning and finished our first game at about 6. And I noticed that Steve was down on the ground, which is very unusual for him, so I went over to take a closer look, and he was out cold. And I just yelled, "Get 911." I looked for airway obstruction. I wasn't aware of any history of seizure, so all I could think of to do was compressions, and I started pounding on his chest and yelling at him, "Come on," and thankfully the great staff at the Y came up with the equipment and the knowledge, and Scott did they did a beautiful job. It was the 4 or 5 minutes that I was there seemed like forever, but when they got there, it was a huge relief to me, and he's back. He's beating me, so I know he's made a full recovery.
Better than ever, right?
Yeah. Again, quick bystander response, a rapid call to 911, the application of an external defibrillator, and a rapid response by paramedics. That's what makes the system work. It only works when people are courageous enough to step forward and get over their jitters and use the training they have. And when staff from the YMCA and partners like the YMCA take time to invest time in their staff and in their members to train in CPR and AED and first aid. So thank you, Y, for making this all happen as well. I have some letters of commendation I want to present to the rescuers. So I'm going to read Kendrick's award, since he was kind of at the center point of all the activities, but the other letters are very similar in nature. Each one, though, is individualized for the rescue piece that each rescuer played. So the subject is Letter of Commendation. Dear Mr. Livers, the St. Paul Fire Department values courageous actions and rapid treatment of our citizens during a medical crisis. These values are what drive our emergency medical system to be as good as it can be, and what helps make the city of St. Paul America's most livable city. Rapid, proficient patient care is only possible when courageous citizens take prompt action to assist someone else in trouble. Just after 6 o'clock in the morning of October 30th, 2013, while you were working as a custodial supervisor at the YMCA at 194th Street East in downtown St. Paul, you were informed that a YMCA member had collapsed. Steve Schmitz was playing racquetball. Well, we'll change that to handball. I think handball's harder, isn't it? Steve Schmitz was playing handball when he suddenly knelt to the floor and began seizing. You immediately responded to Steve's side and found him unconscious and turning blue. While your co-workers, Charles Woolery, and members Scott St. Martin and Tom Peterson were retrieving the automatic external defibrillator, and Laura Knoll called 911, you began performing cardiopulmonary resuscitation, or CPR, on Steve. When Charles arrived with the AED, you applied the training you received as an employee of the YMCA and attached the AED to Steve. You successfully resuscitated Steve after 2 shocks and an intervening cycle of CPR. Your teamwork saved Steve Schmidt's life on the day of his 60th birthday. You not only saved Steve, the YMCA member, but also the husband of Nancy and the father of their 2 children, too. Your courage and quick thinking, coupled with the CPR and AED training you received from the Y, gave Steve back to his family for many more years to come. The St. Paul Fire Department rewards outstanding service to the community and courageous actions to save a life, and therefore, at the recommendation of firefighter Al Bonet, I'm proud to award each of you a letter of commendation for your demonstrated competence, courage, and swift actions to help another. You are a credit to the YMCA and the City of St. Paul, and we're grateful for your extraordinary efforts. This one's for Charles. Charles, congratulations. Thank you very much for your work. Congratulations. Scott St. Martin, Chief Scott St. Martin. Thank you. Well, Tom Pearson, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Mary Britz, and I'm the Executive Director of the Downtown St. Paul YMCA. On behalf of the YMCA of Greater Twin Cities, I am so grateful to the staff. We work very hard at making sure that everybody is trained. We do quarterly drills to make sure that everybody knows exactly what their roles are and what they need to do in action. And this shows that when you work at it and you train your staff, they can do the right thing. And so I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. And I'm so happy that today you're here before us and that you're healthy and you're playing handball again. And racquetball. And we hope you continue to keep coming to the Downtown St. Paul Y. Thank you. And remember, the YMCA really is about youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. Thank you.